Draft night is one of the most electrifying evenings in sports. It's the culmination of years of hard work for young athletes and a pivotal moment for franchises aiming to secure their future. Dreams are realized, expectations are sky high, and fans across the world debate whether their team made the right call. But for every celebrated pick, there's always that lingering curiosity: what happened to the others? This is especially true when a name like Dalton Knecht is called. While all eyes are on his potential, the stories of the 16 draft picks who came before him are equally fascinating, filled with twists, triumphs, and tough lessons. Each draft pick is a story, a belief, and a gamble rolled into one. Teams pin their hopes on these young players, believing they've found the next cornerstone of their franchise. But reality often unfolds in unpredictable ways. Some players burst onto the scene like fireworks, dazzling fans and critics alike. Others face an uphill battle, their paths riddled with challenges like injuries, poor fit, or just plain bad luck. The outcomes can be as varied as the personalities of the players themselves. Take the first pick before Dalton Knecht, for example. Leading up to the draft, this player was the talk of the town, a name constantly mentioned in mock drafts and scouting reports. Analysts couldn't stop gushing about their explosiveness, court vision, and raw athleticism. Can't miss prospect, they said, and for a while it seemed they were right. This player's rookie season was full of promise, with highlight reel plays and flashes of brilliance that had everyone believing this was the league's next superstar. But then came the setbacks. A series of nagging injuries sidelined them for significant chunks of time, halting their momentum. To make matters worse, a coaching change threw them into a system that didn't play to their strengths. What was once a surefire rise to stardom became a struggle to stay relevant. Yet this player hasn't given up. Recent performances show glimpses of a resurgence, proving that their story is far from over. Then there's the second pick, who had a very different trajectory. They weren't the flashiest prospect, but they were known for their work ethic and high basketball IQ. Coaches love players like this: reliable, steady, the type of player who does the little things that don't always show up in the box score. Over time, they've carved out a solid role in the league, earning respect as a team-first player. While they may not grab headlines, they've been critical to their team's success, proving that sometimes being the steady hand is just as important as being the star. The third pick's story, on the other hand, reads like something out of a Hollywood screenplay. Drafted amid skepticism, this player entered the league with a chip on their shoulder, determined to prove the doubters wrong. And boy, did they deliver. In their first 2 seasons, they were unstoppable, racking up accolades and establishing themselves as one of the most exciting young players in the game. But as their star rose, so did the challenges. Fame brought distractions, and off-court controversies began to overshadow their performances. The league is now waiting to see if they can reclaim their focus and fulfill their immense potential. As we move down the list, picks 4 through 10 reveal how unpredictable the draft can be. This is the range where teams often take risks on players with high ceilings but significant questions. One player in this group was a complete surprise on draft night, taken much earlier than anyone expected. The pressure of being a high pick weighed heavily on them, and their confidence suffered. After bouncing between teams and struggling to find their rhythm, they're now fighting to prove they belong in the league at all. It's a tough road, but one that's not uncommon in the world of professional sports. Contrast that with another player from this range, who slid down the board despite their undeniable talent. Draft experts couldn't understand why teams passed on them, but it turns out their fall was a blessing in disguise. This player landed with a team that believed in them, and they've been thriving ever since. Their rise has been nothing short of meteoric, a reminder that sometimes being drafted later can be a blessing in disguise. They're now one of the brightest young stars in the league, proving that success isn't always about where you're picked, but what you do afterward. Not everyone in this group has found success, though. Some have already faded into obscurity, victims of the brutal competition and unforgiving nature of professional sports. One player in particular was seen as a high-risk, high-reward pick. Unfortunately, the risk didn't pay off. Plagued by injuries and inconsistent play, they've struggled to justify their selection. The talent is still there, but the clock is ticking and the league doesn't wait for anyone. As we approach the later picks in this group, the stories become even more varied. One player has emerged as a fan favorite, not necessarily for their on-court performances, but for their charisma and energy. They've embraced their role as a bench player, becoming a spark plug who energizes both the team and the crowd. Their journey is a testament to the fact that there's more than one way to make an impact in the league. Another player in this range has become a steady contributor, quietly putting together a respectable career. They weren't an immediate star, but through hard work and perseverance, they found their niche. Players like this remind us that success isn't always about instant gratification. Sometimes it's about grinding, learning, and finding ways to improve year after year. Of course, not every story is a success. A few of these picks have been labeled busts, a harsh but unavoidable reality in professional sports. For some, injuries have been the primary culprit. There's nothing more heartbreaking than seeing a talented player's career derailed by something completely out of their control. Others have struggled with the pressure and expectations that come with being a high draft pick. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a reality that not everyone is built to handle the demands of the league. Off-the-court issues have also played a role in derailing some careers. One player from this group made headlines for all the wrong reasons, their potential overshadowed by controversy. It's a sobering reminder that being a professional athlete isn't just about talent. It's also about maturity, decision-making, and the ability to handle the spotlight. And then, amidst all these stories, there's Dalton Knecht. His journey is just beginning, a blank canvas filled with endless possibilities. But we're already seeing glimpses of what he can bring to the table. In his time with the Lakers so far, Knecht has proven to be a rising star. Over his last 6 games. He has averaged 22.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 4.8 three-pointers per game, shooting an impressive 48% from beyond the arc. In a standout performance against San Antonio, he led the team with 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals, showcasing his ability to shine even alongside established stars like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. For the season, he is averaging 15.7 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.0 assists, demonstrating efficiency and versatility as a scoring threat. Knecht's ability to adapt and contribute so early in his career is a promising sign for the Lakers. His knack for clutch shooting and his steady growth in the rotation indicate he could become a cornerstone for the franchise in the years to come. Knecht's story will undoubtedly be shaped by factors both within and beyond his control. His talent, work ethic, and adaptability will play a significant role, but so will the environment he's placed in. Will he find a team that supports his growth? Will he stay healthy? Will he rise to the challenges that come his way? These are the questions that make following a young player's career so compelling. As fans, we often focus on the stars, the players who light up the scoreboard and dominate the highlights, but the stories of those who come before and after them are just as important. They remind us of the unpredictability of sports, the thin line between success and failure, and the resilience it takes to carve out a career at the highest level.
Got something underneath the suit, got all my accolades on the left, and, got a support validation, and shout out the baseball team and stuff like that for winning, but, I'm excited.
We see the Gucci label, too, as well. All right, look, there's a guy that had a similar path to yours in Derek White that just became an NBA champion, went from D2 to the NBA. You're coming from junior college and now have this opportunity. What has changed for you when you didn't get any offers coming out of high school to get you to this moment?
It's a dream come true. It's a once-in-a-lifetime top opportunity, but, it's just a blessing. That's all I can say. I'm lost for words, and I'm ready to get to work.
When you get to work, though, what are your new teammates going to say about you?
Hard worker. I'm going to be in the gym every single day. That's what I do.
Outstanding. Congratulations, Dalton.
Appreciate you.
Listen, they shot about 37% from three-point range.
Before we wrap up, we want to hear from you. Which of these 16 stories surprised you the most? Do you think Dalton Knecht has what it takes to shine, or is there another pick you're keeping an eye on? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the lives of draft picks, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the world of sports. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.